Episode 6 of Cheese Money Podcast. Welcome. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Terrible.
Good? Yeah. I had a pretty bad week myself.
I feel better. I feel better now.
Oh, yeah.
But definitely
Mr. Bubble Guts over here.
in the toilet. Yep.
Mr. Bubble Guts.
You saying this week was in the toilet or on the toilet?
All of it. All over the toilet.
And on, around.
This week was the toilet.
A little bit on the ceiling, too. But
Yeah. Oh, God. Daddy daycare style.
Yep.
That's what I always think of. When he's looking around and he finally just
his head poked in the door.
just like looks up. Yeah.
Or Dumb and Dumberer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Man, dude. Laughed so hard the first time I saw that.
Wasn't that Bob Saget?
Yeah.
Oh, Bob Saget.
There's shit all over. Wasn't that it?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just killed me, dude.
I think I've seen that like one time.
Bro,
It was so much better than I thought it was going to be.
That was my life
Was
this
the
week.
Dumb and Dumber 2?
Oh, nice. That's cool.
No coffee in it this time, though. It's another right-handed mug because if I drink out of it left-handed, one, it's hard to get the beverage because I'm all up on his forehead.
Yeah.
But two,
It doesn't look as good.
yeah, you can't really tell it's Iron Man. But
Achro, what was your one gripe about Iron Man? Wasn't it something about the song? No.
Oh, yeah. They played the song at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Like in the trailer, it's when he's like walking away from he just blew up this tank and he's walking away and it's like, but in the movie, it's during the credits.
I remember it was in the trailer when he shoots the little missile at the tank.
It blows
and
it
the
up.
guitar goes, "Wow."
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you laughing at?
just that being a problem.
The whole time I'm like, it's coming.
You know what I hated about Iron Man?
It's coming.
That's
That
why I
was
brought it up, because it was such a minor gripe.
I thought it was going to be like a problem with Iron Man as a hero, but
No.
Because we had talked about that being his
the
favorite
soundtrack was a little off
Marvel
pace.
movie, but the one gripe he had was that the trailer and the movie didn't match up 100%.
They played it at the freaking credits, man. It was the same thing with the original Transformers. That new like "What I've Done" song by Linkin Park was at the end of the freaking movie.
I just
Put it in
imagine
the
him sitting
movie.
at the theater. I just imagine him sitting at the theater and he's like watching the tank part, and then he goes,
Here it comes.
"Are you freaking kidding me? What is this?"
Yeah. I was not happy about it.
Well, so your week was so bad because of the
Yeah.
poops.
Because they put the Iron Man song at the end of the...
Yeah,
No. Well,
it brought me back.
I don't know if I told y'all. Like, I had a gastro visit planned for Wednesday, Wednesday morning, and then Tuesday at work, I was like, "Boss, I need you to take me to the hospital." I had to like lay on my office floor for a little while. He walked by. He was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I just gotta lay here for a second, man. Just leave me alone."
I'm rotting from the inside out.
But we're good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you popped in the stream that morning, and I knew you weren't feeling too hot, and you were like, I was like, "Hey, Achro, what's up?" And you're like, I think I might be dying." And I laughed, I was like a joke or whatever, and then a few minutes go by, and you don't say anything, and then you're like, I'm trying to talk somebody into taking me to the hospital. I was like, wait, for real? I can't tell if this is still a bit.
Yeah.
Like, no, I think I might die, for real.
It was rough.
Remember, he was over at the house playing a game with me and my brother, and he had the cards in his hand, and he goes, "Well," and he got up.
Oh man!
I was like, where are you going?" He was like, I gotta go. I gotta go
spray some mustard in the toilet.
God.
Yeah, it was bad. Definitely not my most
Ketchup mustard mix.
Oh,
Jesus.
not a
Fancy
fun,
sauce.
I mean,
bro.
kind of though.
fancy sauce. Not a fun experience. Can't come to think of it. I can't. I have no like emergency visits where I look back and like that was kind of funny. Like they were all miserable. I would imagine maybe that's the case for everybody. Like if you go to the ER, like how often is it funny?
I mean, like like in retrospect, maybe, but
Mhm.
at the time, you're
Nope.
like,
They're all
I
still
might
not
be
funny.
dying.
Every time I've been in the ER, it's been terrible.
I don't know, man. I got the one time that I had to go to the emergency room was when I broke my ankle.
Oh God, yeah.
It's the only one bone I ever broke. It was me, you, and Taylor in the apartment, and I was at home by myself. Y'all were both at work. That was when I first got Jones as a puppy, and I'd literally had him like 3 months, and it was back in 2015 when there was that huge like ice storm. And
back in my day,
back in the ice storm of 15, I slipped down. No, I did not. I walked down the hill, ice in Chuck Taylor's. That is just solid ice.
15 miles.
I was walking down the hill in Chuck Taylor's like an idiot, and I finally made it to the bottom, but I rounded that corner, and I slipped and sat on my ankle. I broke it and dislocated it.
Sat on it. Oh, it just sounds like the worst.
My little puppy ran up to me and started lick up to my face. He started licking me in the face, and I was like, it was like one of those moments where I lifted my ankle, and it was just, and I could tell, I was like, oh, I think that's broken. I've never broken a bone in my life, but so I crawled. I crawled into the apartment, put my dog in its kennel, crawled back out, and I had to hop. I had to one-legged hop up the stairs. My big ass was on these wooden stairs, hopping up a foot, just on one foot. And I had to drive myself to the ER, but I made it halfway because I started to black out. All I saw was white. I was going into shock, and I couldn't see the road in front of me anymore. So I had to have somebody come pick me up and take me to the ER. And in retrospect, it's kind of funny to look back on and be like, I crawled into the apartment, crawled out, hopped up the stairs, and tried to drive myself with a broken ankle to the ER.
Well, when you said crawling in the apartment, I remember now. I totally forgot that when I tore my AC tendon playing football, and I did like I had an Under Armour shirt on that was skin tight. And it smelled horrific. And I was like, okay, if I go to the doctor, I can't go smelling like straight BO. Like I have to get this shirt off. Yeah. So it's like it's like so tight, and I can't move my arm because the tendon is torn up here at the top. So it's long sleeve. So I work, like I get one arm out and it gets stuck because I can't use my other arm. And I was like, all right, let's back that one back out. So I get it back through the sleeve. And I grab my wrist, and I go, ah! And I link my fingers onto the door frame, and just slowly rolled my shirt up. It took me probably like 40 minutes to get that shirt off.
All because my man didn't want to stink going into the ER.
At that point, I would have just taken some scissors and just cut down the arm.
Well, it's Under Armour. It's expensive. So.
Yeah, it's an expensive athletic piece of attire.
Oh man, that's probably like my only funny experience, because when I broke my arm, it wasn't funny. It was like what you talked about, like I was holding my elbow like this was all still, and the top half was like, and I was like, this is when I was doing MMA. I was like, dude, I think I broke my arm, and my buddy was like, nuh-uh. And I was like, yeah, look,
check it out. Holy shit, you broke your arm.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was gross.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
Jay just refuses to go to the doctor when he does anything bad.
I am bad about it, but it's not out of some sense of like being macho. It's just, you
don't want to have to deal with it, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to go waste the time. I usually know what's wrong, and I usually know how to treat it. So I don't go unless I have to, or unless it's a problem that I feel like could be worse, or now unless I get hassled into going. But funny. I got taken to the hospital one night from work. When I was living in Georgia, I worked at this place called Bathcraft, and it's like a bathtub making factory. And shower units.
What in the world?
I thought you were talking like a Bed Bath and Beyond kind of joint.
No,
y'all made the tubs.
We made the shower units, yeah. So
nice, okay.
There's this mold, you put them on, you spray. They do all these different things. The station I was at that night, you go behind them and you pick them up in a dolly, and the back of them is very rough and jagged. I can't remember what the stuff is called that they spray on there, but it's
not fiberglass, I'm assuming.
No. It's others. Maybe that's in there, but anyway, my job was to grab it up on a dolly, roll it up a little ramp onto a scale, weigh it, write the number in, pull it back off, set it in a line to go in and be cut. Okay. So I had this routine, like it's what I did for 8 hours straight, right? So I had a little routine that I was used to. So I'd go up the thing, write it off. And when I came down off the ramp, I would let it have the momentum. I would back up, turn, put it in line. Somebody was doing something. They were taking a unit somewhere and they left it close to the bottom of the ramp, right behind in my path. And like I said, I'm doing it 8 hours straight. I'm not looking where I'm going. So it's my area, right? Like don't be in my area. So I'm coming down and the top is very jagged. I'm coming down and I back up into this unit and the shower rolls down the ramp and the top of it hits me in the nose.
Oh God.
And it like smashes my head up against the one behind me and it like carves up into the skin on my nose, right? So it hits me and I got safety glasses on, but it hits me. So I let it fall and the first thing I do is look around because I know it looks stupid.
Am I blind? Okay.
I'm just looking to see who saw it. I'm like, all right, nobody saw it. We're good. Whatever. I'll get back to what I'm doing. So I put it up and my face is kind of tickling, right?
Damn.
So I take my glasses off and there's a little bit of red. So there's a dude, called him D. He was the one drilling the holes before they got on the line, and he was right near me. So I walk up to him, and I got my glasses off. He's knelt down doing something, and I'm behind him. I go, "Hey, D, is my face bleeding?" And he does this. Yes. And I go, "All right." So I go up to my boss, and her name was Shannon, and I'm behind her, and I go, "Hey, Shannon, I think I might need to go to the hospital or something." And by now I'm slurring a little bit. I've lost a lot of blood.
Oh God.
And she turns around all casual, and she's like, "Oh, no. I said, hey, Shannon, I think I need a mirror or something." And she's like, "What do you need about?" She starts freaking out, and I ended up having to go get my nose like glued, the skin on my nose glued back in place. That's one of the dumb. A lot of my injury stories are dumb.
No broken anything.
No broken.
Not that time.
No broken.
It not broken.
It all intact.
Oh, nice.
It all intact.
But yeah, I've had a few stupid ones. When I was younger, I was drinking a Pepsi, watching my uncle and my cousin play horse. One of them shot and it hit the bottom of the rim and bounced. And as I was taking a drink, it hit the Pepsi can up into the corner of my eye.
Oh my God!
Like
Scoop
this.
the eyeball out.
Just like right, I still got a scar here, and I was like this, and they're laughing and stuff, and I come up and my hands are full of blood. Oh shit! They're freaking out.
Yikes!
It's usually stuff like that. I don't really have any cool injury stories.
Yeah, well,
it's always dumb.
Yikes! That's
they sound like cool injuries, but they all happened in a dumb way.
Real
fractured my back slipping on milk.
Yeah, that's real dumb.
Boy got his head smushed.
You ever had your head smushed by a tub, son?
God.
It's like, so like if you had a I can't. That's so bad. That's so dumb. All right. I thought this would be pretty funny. So if we each picked a superpower and then the other two get to pick the side effect that occurs when we use our superpower.
Oh.
So like what your side effect would be. And then what the side effect. So not like, so if I were to say like invisibility, it would have to be a side effect of the invisibility. Like it wouldn't just be a stipulation.
It's not like a weakness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess ultimately the question is like what your superpower would be. I don't know what superpower I would want. Flying would be pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, that's that. Flying or invisibility are like the two go-tos.
I feel like super strength could be dope too.
I know. As I've gotten older, super strength has got more appealing for some reason.
Yeah. That's really.
I'd be down for speed too, though, man. Speed would be fun.
No gas money. You just get to work all sweaty.
Yeah. To what extent, though? Like, could I be as fast as Flash, or would it just be like
whatever superpower you want?
Because Flash can time travel and stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
let's not get crazy.
Let's not break the space-time continuum. We're just trying to get somewhere faster.
Vengeance, you could even like have like a normal sized dingle if you wanted to. Like you could up
Wow.
that thing.
I could make
I'll
it
just make
smaller.
the side
I don't know. I
effect
just make it,
that it-
at just like more average. I
That it,
guess.
when he's aroused, it shrinks.
All right, look, that's not my fucking superpower. Okay.
I was gonna say he's just impotent.
Oh.
Yikes.
Got this big old dick and can't get it hard.
um,
That's impotent, right?
I think so.
I feel like I'd have to maybe lean towards super strength. I just feel like it's super applicable.
All
Like
right.
speed-
So
Speed would be cool, but I think strength, like overall in general.
So the side effect of having super strength?
yeah,
of like using it though.
yes, like using like
Okay.
not an everyday like ailment. Like you, when I use my super strength, X happens.
Okay. I don't know. It's just off the top of my head.
Just like off the dome, like you know.
Okay. So super strength, but at a certain point, like if you lifted a certain amount, you just shit your pants.
Mm. Hey, how much does that weigh? Before I start lifting,
Yeah.
can we get a scale out here?
You have very weak like bowels. So
Oh,
10,000
my.
pounds. All right, we're good.
Yeah.
Oh,
15's my
That
cutoff.
was just that
Don't
was
worry
the-
about why.
Like any forewarning, or it's just like there's the limit.
Yeah, well, I mean, you would obviously know after the first time. Be like, how heavy was that thing I lifted that I just completely dumped?
It only
my
happens once. That's
pants?
yeah.
All right, I'll say your side effect when you use your super strength is your mouth goes numb like you got a shot of Novocaine. So you'll be picking something up over your head and just drooling. Can't talk.
Your favorite
What?
thing about swimming.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
And then
just
if it's too heavy,
imagined.
you're like,
I just
Oh, no.
imagined. I just imagined those TikToks where they were like only half this side of their face, like half of their face is numb from getting
Mhm.
worked on,
Mm.
and they try and laugh, but
I haven't seen
so
that.
okay. So when you lift a certain amount, only like like a half of your face works.
God. All right. Okay. Fine.
Pretty good.
Go ahead.
All right.
You pick yours.
I think I got to take flying.
Flying
take
would be
flying.
super cool. Yeah. What is a good side effect for when you use your flying? I want to say when you fly, like, how often do birds poop? Do they just fly mid poop? I mean, do they poop mid flight?
All of our
Yeah,
weaknesses
it just comes
just gonna
out.
be you poop yourself.
I would just say like that would be like his like
Be
internal.
the worst superhero squad of all time. We just show up and shit all over the place.
Oh,
God, what did you lift?
Yeah, I think birds just shit when they need to shit. I don't
like mid-flight.
think they do anything. Yeah, mid-flight. I've
I
been
don't
shit
think
on.
they. Yeah, I don't think they
by
like
a
fly
bird
over a
mid-flight.
place.
I
and
know
like,
they
"Oop,
shit
I gotta
mid-flight."
hold it.
That's what I would go with. Whenever you fly, you just have like bird bowels. You just can't stop it.
Yeah, we're gonna make quite the team, man.
So then,
Yeah.
like, the question becomes: do you fly pantsless, or do you just carry an extra pair of pants around with you because you're gonna crap your pants?
I guess
I mean, if you're flying somewhere, you
I
probably.
guess I'll have to make wearing a skirt cool or a
Yeah,
dress.
maybe
Yeah.
like a kilt.
Yeah. Just free balling it. Just when
Hmm.
clapping that thing.
Okay. So when you fly, like you have to make bird sounds in order to
Oh
fly.
my god. Like loud
can't-
bird sounds though.
Yeah, it's like when in Peter Pan, like the older Peter Pans, like fairies die, you bring them back to life, and you say, I do believe, like, and they come back to life. The harder you clap, you have to make bird sounds to keep yourself in the air.
Wow. So I'll be a very interesting character because I'll be able to fly and I just never will.
Oh my god.
I'll go speed just because it's funny just because I'm like a big guy, I guess. But I'm super fast.
I would like the side effect to be that when you use your super speed, your legs are
You shit on yourself.
Yeah. Your legs are moving like at the speed that you're traveling, but your upper body does not.
Oh, I'm doing this. You talking about like those Sony commercials? Have you seen those Sony commercials where he's like walking and the top half of his body is just like he's walking, but his legs are doing this underneath him?
Yeah. That's
okay.
That's the side effect. Is your upper body does not travel at the same rate of speed.
All right.
Mine will be your eyes water heavily. Your vision is wildly impaired. It's like if you're about to cry, you're holding in tears in a movie right before the tear comes out, but that's how it is. You're always looking through like a half inch of water.
I'm running around, but I'm constantly like that's so bad. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like, because if you're running fast, like if you were to realistically run super fast, the wind is obviously going to hit you in the face.
Even if you wore like goggles, though.
Oh, okay. God,
it just happens when you move
full
that
of
fast.
Water in the goggles.
Yeah, like I just give up my superpower? Like you said, you can fly, but you just don't want to.
Hey, I can fly. Oh, can we see it?
Nah. Yeah, no, I feel like maybe I came out on top on that one. I just know like what not to lift.
I don't know, man. You pooping yourself.
Yeah, that would be bad. So, who was your favorite superhero growing up? This is kind of like off the cuff.
So mine was Spider-Man for most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And in the last, I don't know, 5 or so, maybe a few more, it's been Deadpool. I've been a really big Deadpool fan.
Yeah.
I think mine was The Flash, and then it changed to Spider-Man. I think I had like a really, really dweeby outlook on Spider-Man. I don't remember because I watched the cartoons and stuff when I was a kid, but I think he was just too nerdy for me. And then maybe like the revamp where he's not like fumbling over himself type nerd,
right?
Kind of revamp Spider-Man for me. So I think growing up it was probably the Flash, but Spider-Man has definitely taken over.
I think mine has always been Batman.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
The new Spider-Man game, is that literally just a remake?
No. I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's just like the PS4 version remastered for PS5.
I saw the gameplay and it looks pretty dope. Yeah. I think I think purely it's just trying to showcase the upgrade in graphics. I mean, he obviously comes with new powers. He's got that like electricity, like I don't even know if it's fire, but it's like it's orange, but it's like some kind of electricity. And they obviously give him new moves, and it's a newer story. But
you're saying obvious. It doesn't feel obvious to me.
Well, I just saw
like a new game.
Yeah,
the gameplay. Yeah, I just saw the gameplay
moves and attacks and skins, and there's a whole new story.
It's a different guy,
but I don't know. But it's essentially the same game,
or maybe they just
kind of reskinned.
Did they remaster it or something? Like I saw a video and I thought it was like Spider-Man remastered for PS5. Maybe it was
it's Spider-Man Miles. Oh, okay. So Spider-Man Miles Morales is coming out, but if you get the Ultimate Edition of the Miles Morales, you get Spider-Man Remastered, which is going to be for the PS5. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is already an awesome game anyways.
Yeah, Spider-Man was
dope. They're starting to do that. They're starting to do that now where they'll do like so I got Dishonored 2 and it came with the first Dishonored, like the definitive collection or whatever, with all the DLC and everything. So they're starting to do that now where they'll just throw it a whole game in there.
Well, a whole game. Wasn't it like a 4 or 5 hour game?
Dishonored?
Yeah.
It was relatively short. I don't know about 4 or 5 hours, but it was pretty brief.
Brief.
Not 100% though.
Okay. Well, I guess I was wrong. Maybe Spider-Man is a new game. I literally thought it was just like the remastered version. But what other game was Valhalla? Have you seen
Valhalla?
that? No, is it Valhalla or is it Valhalla?
I think you're talking about Valhalla, like the
battle royale.
It's a battle royale, but you're a Viking.
Have you seen that, Jay?
No.
It's literally you're literally a Viking, and it's a battle royale.
That sounds dope.
It looks crazy.
So check this out. When I checked that out on Steam, they just announced a new gameplay mode where you find Thor's hammer and you can wield it and fight like with Mjolnir.
So, is it like battle royale in the sense that you find weapons? I think you like. Start
I think
with
so.
nothing?
I think it's still kind of a looting system. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you looking it up right now? Yeah, I think you start with nothing and then find weapons or something. But it's like For Honor meets, I don't know, like just a battle
like PUBG or something. Yeah,
like PUBG. Yeah,
that looks wild, man.
Whatever battle royale. Yeah. They just announced the wield Mjolnir mode or something like that. That looked pretty cool.
Well, the graphics look dope too.
I thought it was kind of just like a Viking Skyrim, to be honest. Well, I guess Skyrim is technically like Viking, depending on what you go with. Yeah.
Is that going to be on console or is it just like a Steam thing?
Oh, I'm not sure. I only saw it on Steam. I'm not 100%.
Well, and they're doing Assassin's Creed. That's Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
That's what I thought you were talking about, actually.
Yeah.
That's the first Assassin's Creed that I'm actually excited about for a long time.
I'll have to look more into it. The Assassin's Creed is kind of Madden-esque, I guess, where it's kind of just reskinned and they throw in a couple of new like features that kind of draw you in. But I agree. I'm definitely into the whole Viking lore, Norse mythology, whatever. But it seems like they've added a decent amount of stuff. Well, it just all depends on like the theme of what it is to make people interested. Like I was super hyped on Assassin's Creed 3 when it came out because it was the American Revolution. I thought that was super dope. And then it didn't do so hot, but I mean, I still enjoyed it.
Dude, I loved that one. Like
that one was good. And then the Black Flag was
good. Black Flag was good too. But that was like the last Assassin's Creed that actually spent time playing.
That was the last like solid one. I mean, others may disagree with like Syndicate was the Victorian England.
I didn't play that one.
I don't even know if it was steampunk, but it was like Victorian era, and then Unity, which was the one in the French Revolution, which people were pissed off about or something. And then you had all of the mobile or like the secondary console ones, like Rogue that came out on the Xbox 360 only, and then you had the PSP version of 3, and I don't know. There's just a bunch of them that came out in between Black Flag and then Valhalla, which just were kind of lackluster.
Jay, when's the last time you played a console game?
Final Fantasy VII, right?
Yeah, I played the remake on PS4. Before that
wasn't on. You didn't play that on your PC?
No, it's not on PC yet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yet? Are they bringing it?
I've heard there's plans to bring it.
Okay.
Before that, I tried to get into Kingdom Hearts a while ago. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It just was not the game I thought it was. I thought it was a turn-based RPG, and it's kind of more hack and slash.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I see the appeal. It's fun, but it's just not what I thought it was. And I tried to play it anyway, and I just couldn't get motivated.
Would you compare that to 15, which you just played? Combat style?
In a way, sure.
Yeah. What about 13? That came out on the Xbox. Was that more?
I mean, yeah, it's that run around. Enemies are there.
Yeah.
You run up and fight them rather than you end up in an encounter, you know?
I had never played a Final Fantasy game like in my life, and I had no idea how they played, but I just couldn't get used to the way that Kingdom Hearts played. I was just bad at the RPG elements. I was too young where I didn't get into that kind of game where I was like, I want to love this game, but I just can't. Like, I can't understand it.
Well, Jay, you were in your mid-20s, right? When we were kids?
Jeez.
I guess it depends on what you mean by kid.
Yeah. I've never played a Final Fantasy game, which is weird because I feel like I would have loved them. But I remember playing like I think the first like turn-based game I remember playing was Golden Sun on Game Boy Advance, and I love that.
Okay.
So I don't know how I never got into Final Fantasy, because it seems like it was right up my alley.
I think it's still. I think even the original Final Fantasy VII, if you can, it's hard to go back. I think now and play games that look like that have graphics like that. If you can give yourself an hour and a half to get over that, you'll be in it. Like you'll be in love with it, man. It's so good.
Well, that's how it was playing Mass Effect 2 and then going back and playing Mass Effect 1. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing
it. Speaking of the turn-based, I was a little late to the game. There was a PS2 game called Lord of the Rings: The Third Age, and it was turn-based.
I don't remember that one.
I know a lot of people
played a few Lord of the Rings games
because it was so different from like the badass like PS2 Two Towers.
What a
that's
Two
the
Towers,
one I'm thinking of.
Oh,
and then Return of the King was pretty decent, but Two Towers is where it really like hit. And then I played the Third Age, and I was like, "What is this shit?" But you could probably compare it to like Final Fantasy VII or something like that in terms of combat mechanics.
Well, be careful.
Yeah. I wanted to wanted to halt right there. I don't know. It was a fun game. I think you only played one familiar character, and it was Gandalf. The rest of the characters I'd never heard of in the Lord of the Rings.
That's really weird.
Lore. Yeah.
Like Maurice and
Maurice.
Yeah, Maurice. Yeah, he was a ranger. Maurice. Old Mo.
Old Mo.
Like a park ranger.
Yeah, not like a cool one. Not like Strider.
Oh, yuck. Dude, Lord of the Rings has been like... Lord of the Rings is OG stuff.
All right, Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
Oh, God.
I thought that would have been an easy one for you.
So,
I thought so too.
When it comes to like the movies, I don't know. Like, I'd rather sit down and watch Star Wars. Like, Star Wars is just what I'm going to pick over Lord of the Rings. But when it comes to like the style...
Pure lore. Like
the style of movie... I enjoy the high fantasy, like Lord of the Rings. That would be, especially when you talk about video games and stuff like that. So I just feel like Lord of the Rings converts better to more avenues.
I remember being sick one time and having all of the extended editions of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
and I watched all 3 of them back to back, 12 hours, and I enjoyed every second of it. Extended editions, like you get like the unrated versions or like the director's cuts or whatever. But I come back to Lord of the Rings.
There weren't no boobies in this.
The quintessential, there were no boobies or extra uses of the F word, just for pure like whatever. But this was the first like extended edition where everything that they put in, everything that they added mattered.
Yeah.
And it was not just some kind of fluff.
Whoa.
That's quite quite the bonus footage.
Yeah.
So it was a Freudian slip. But all of it mattered. All of it, like I enjoyed every second of it without it being like, oh, they added that in. Like they could have just
Jay, I want to know
totally left that in.
What your aversion to Star Wars is.
It's not an aversion. I just don't like it. I'm not like anti Star Wars. I've tried to sit down and watch it. It doesn't do it for me.
Like that makes me a little bit mad.
I know it makes a lot of people mad.
Because it should do it for you. It does it for everybody.
You know, I mean, as cool of a character as Spock is, no, I've tried. I think I watched them in the order they came out.
Yeah,
is how I was going to try to watch them, and I made it through the first
all the
one.
way to 1977. That's crazy.
And then I think like halfway or 3/4 of the way through the second one, I was like, if I don't like it by now, like, how long of a chance do I have to give it?
That sucks because it was the prequels.
That's what people say too, but
yeah.
Wait.
He's talking about the prequels.
You watched?
Are you talking about the prequels?
Episode 1? Or you watched like the original Star Wars New Hope?
In the order they came out.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay, I was like,
Gotcha.
that's weird. Yeah. So, I mean, whatever, man. Whatever.
It just doesn't. Yeah,
Some people don't like stuff.
I guess the other side of that is for some people it's nostalgia. Like I watched them as a kid, so there's definitely a part of that plays into it.
Okay, well,
I don't like Indiana Jones either, really.
No, nobody likes Indiana Jones.
Well, that's definitely not true. I think I get more people mad at me about Indiana Jones than I do Star Wars.
That hurts my heart. Like if you don't like Star Wars, that's fine. But like,
the only Indiana Jones I liked was the Crystal Skull. That's the one everybody hates.
My God,
that's the only one I've seen all the way through.
I know. I watched it all, and I watched it all the way through, and like every minute of it. And then at the end, I was like, "That's a bit much." But whatever.
Well, Vengeance hasn't even seen all the Rocky movies, and if you're gonna watch a series of movies, it should be Rocky.
You need to watch the Rocky movies.
Other than
I've seen
five. Like five is.
I've
crap.
seen a decent amount of them. I've seen 1, 2, 3. I've seen Rocky Balboa. I think which one is the one with Ivan Drago?
That's 4.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen bits and pieces of that one. I mean, I've seen enough Rocky to understand like what Rocky is.
Yeah, but this was in the past, like 2 weeks.
No. Few years.
It was recently.
2 weeks. It's right before this podcast.
Yeah.
When I was
like, they're going to ask me about the Rocky movies, and I can't. I'm not going to have an answer.
For my 12th birthday, I had a quote unquote girlfriend, and she bought me all the Rocky movies on VHS.
And then you dumped her.
And well, no. But I wore those things out. I used to walk around my house just punching shit, and I'd get in so much trouble. Yeah, dude, the Rocky movies were my jam as a kid. That was like,
those training montages will get you hype.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jay's aversion to Star Wars is like your aversion to Harry Potter.
Well,
I know
Harry
it's not an
Potter,
aversion.
yeah.
I know it's not an aversion.
Well, a little bit, but like Star Wars is in a whole nother league compared to Harry Potter.
I don't know about that.
Not to
Harry
you,
Potter
maybe.
is just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it because I'm just gonna offend people. Ugh. But I don't know. Harry Potter's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Sure.
We'll leave it at that. Daniel Radcliffe, The redheaded guy.
There's more than just the movies, bro.
Yeah, there is. And as far as casting, they nailed it.
Like they nailed it so hard that he can't do any other movie because he was so good at Harry Potter.
He was born for real to play Harry Potter. The way he was drawn on the books before they'd cast him, that's him.
Oh, really?
It's wild.
I haven't seen those images. Does it look like him?
Oh, yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, he is straight up Harry Potter. Very well done.
That's fine. Ron Weasley, I hated that dude. I hated his character.
He wasn't my favorite for sure.
Hermione, she wasn't. I don't know, man. The movies are just okay, I guess. But I know, like Taylor, like growing up, those were her favorite movies. But you couldn't
Harry
pay
Potter go hard, dude.
You couldn't pay me to sit down and watch Harry Potter. Now, when I was
could,
you probably could. That talking about like stuff when I was a kid. I used to watch. What did y'all watch when you were real little? Like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like young kid. Like, was there like a Harry Potter-esque like go to like your favorite show or something?
Ninja Turtles stayed on. I was all about some Care Bears. All about some Care Bears.
Care Bears? Okay.
Another
Looney
thing I remember
Tunes.
watching, yeah, every night. So for a while when I was younger, at my parents' house, I don't want to say it.
What the hell was it? My parents.
Well, my parents divorced when I was 5, so I almost at my dad's house, and I was like, "Well, that's gonna sound weird."
Okay.
But in the living room, they had a pull-out couch, right? So that's where that was their bedroom at night. They pull out the couch, and then I had a room, and my brother had a room. So at night, we would watch Tales from the Crypt,
Mm.
and they'd have the bed all
Wow.
made up in the living room. And when I would hear the show come on, you remember the intro to the show, the music would play, and it's going through the house.
I just know what it is with the skeleton guy and everything, and it was a
Yeah.
horror show.
Yeah, well, yeah, but not like it wasn't like super intense.
Was it goofy?
Sort of, yeah. It was cheeky,
Okay.
aware of itself. Sometimes
Sure.
the stories were kind of intense, but the intro to the show, the music will play, and there's a camera like going through this house, right? And it gets to him, and he pops up out of the thing, and he does the
Yeah,
laugh,
I do
right?
remember that.
So when I'd hear the music, the goal was to run into there and get in the bed with him and get under the covers before he popped out. It's like this frantic game to get under the covers, and then we would watch Tales from the Crypt, and
I just
yeah,
imagine.
it's fun.
I imagine small baby diaper gigs with regular
But-
gigs head
Yeah, exactly. Like what you look like now.
running through the house. Oh man, that's
I
a
had
good
a-
wholesome memory, man. I like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've thought of that too.
Yeah.
That question just made me think of it, but yeah.
Power
Man, you
Power
got-
Rangers was my go-to, dude. I was
Yeah, okay.
for
Yeah,
such
Yep.
a long time. I was all about some. I had like the shoes. I had the collector action figures. I remember what was the wasn't there a movie where they all had their like what was the first movie that they did?
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Just Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
yeah.
Okay.
With Ivan Ooze.
That yes.
Yes.
Boy, I watched that movie about I don't know,
Dude.
400 times.
You talking about wearing a VHS out? That was it.
yeah.
That was
Well,
it.
my mom had bought me like this, like Tommy. He had that white tiger thing. It was some
White
type of,
tiger.
like Zoid, and there was a little bitty
Zord.
Yeah,
Zord.
watch
That's
it.
what it was.
Watch it. Watch it.
There was a little bitty
Don't get it twisted.
dude, like a little bitty action figure that was supposed to be Tommy, and she reluctantly said, "Don't put this up your nose." So I'm playing with it. And
So
I
of course
thought,
you did
why
it.
shouldn't I put it up my nose? It's not a
Yeah.
big deal. And I put it up my nose.
Did like an arm break off in your
No,
like
we had to
nasal
fish it out
cavity?
with tweezers, but it was up there.
damn.
Did you have
Yeah.
the Power Rangers action figures where the head would flip?
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Nanny bought one
yeah.
Nanny bought me one every year for my birthday.
Yeah, man. I used
Bro,
to
it
wear
was
them.
sick.
If you
Nanny
guys
already
could
had
see,
this one.
if you guys could see the collection I had of,
I
of
thought you were about to
wrestling
say
action
have.
figures,
Wrestling?
I wish I still had it. Wrestling action figures, Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, and then my brother gave me a bunch of old He-Man action figures. But I had the wrestling ring with like the breakable tables and the ladder and I had all kind
Dang.
of stuff. I used to be all about some action figures, man.
Yeah, that's
So
one thing
much
I never
fun.
got into as a kid was wrestling.
My whole
never-
room would be set up, dude.
I was
Yeah.
never into
Crazy.
wrestling either. I would just beat the piss out of my brother. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
into wrestling. I was just into like beating him up.
It was all IRL. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my brother also had anger issues. So it was like, how quickly can I trigger my brother?
you ever thought you might have developed those anger issues?
Yeah. He went to counseling and was like, they make me crazy. So I feel a little bit bad about it.
You ever thought at one time he didn't have them and you were just like you're like, I did this.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
I remember not to like throw my brother under the bus, but I remember.
I threw him in the street one time. It's okay.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. He went when he was really really young. He went to like anger management for a little while, and he told his therapist or his doctor, whoever it was, that like me and my sister are the ones making him crazy. And I remember my mom. It was one day, I think maybe like she had got done talking to the doctor, and she said she was so mad, and she said, "You made him this way." I was like,
God dang.
I'm so sorry. She was so mad at me. Oh my gosh. my poor
man.
brother, man.
Yeah.
I did.
I
did
never
think
I
about
didn't give my I didn't give my brother anger issues. I think I just gave him anxiety and like depression. I don't know. I told you I
give
faked
your brother Asperger's. His brother actually has. His brother does.
my brother actually does have Asperger's, but no, I did not give it to him. I don't
Okay.
think. I don't think I did.
so.
I don't think I did. I faked drown in front of him a couple of times, and
yeah.
and
So
then
you didn't give it to him. You just made it worse.
Yeah, I made it worse. I didn't help at all. I faked drown in front of him a couple of times. I would torture him until he asked me for my own cell phone to call mom to tell on me.
Yeah. Oh my God,
dude.
I regret all of that.
Jay, have you ever met my brother?
I have not.
Okay, so
I think he weighs like 56 pounds.
Yeah, he looks kind of like me, but he's just very skinny. And so I remember he used to go into these freakouts. Like he had like his Hulk version. Like he would rage enough to where he would just become another person. But unfortunately, he didn't attain the strength of Hulk. He still had the strength of a 25-pound 9-year-old. And so I remember one time he was beating me up, quote unquote, whatever, and I was getting sick of it. I said, "Okay, hey, stop, cut it out. I'm done. Hey, stop!" And I finally had enough, so I kicked him between the legs, and the poor kid, he's pounding on me, and the impact, he went, and I was like, "Oh no, is he okay?" Like I thought, like I burst his testicles. And,
he just straight up died, dude.
For a second, I was like, "Hey, you okay? You okay?" And then he goes, "Ah!" and then resumed
like
to just
Jonah Hill, like Jonah Hill when the adrenaline hits.
Yeah, resumed.
I'm alive.
The
Golly.
Oh man, sibling stuff.
You were the
younger brother, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother's 12 years older than me, so.
Oh, that's a big difference.
Yeah, well, I didn't get
You didn't get pummeled.
I mean, there was no. I mean, he did Big Brother stuff.
Yeah.
Occasionally, but nothing like that. He was never. I have no stories of him just straight up torturing me. I think there was a big gap where.
No, he wasn't a sick
around him all the
bitch,
time
or anything like that.
Yeah, no, he always seemed pretty down for me. He would take me around, and when he was hanging out with his friends and doing his thing, I never felt like I wasn't welcome to be around him. You know
what was the age difference?
12 years.
12 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's out. I was like, well, I'm 4 years older than my brother, so I I understand. Okay, 12 years. Yeah.
Yeah, 12 years.
Yeah. It was never really anything serious. We never really were at odds, or the typical checking stuff. But by the time he was checking me, I was old enough to try to check back. He was obviously a lot better at it. But.
Well, your feet are large, so.
Yeah.
Well, you're a stupid butt face. Nuh-uh.
I don't know why looking at this, your background you got set up made me think of this. Do you and Em decorate the apartment for Halloween?
We haven't yet.
She seems like she might be into Halloween.
Oh, yeah, the whole month. She's wild. She decorates her office.
She's wilding out.
For a while in October, bro.
Yeah. She'll if things weren't the way they are right now, she would probably have already organized a party. She usually has a Halloween decorating party. Yeah, people come over and we just throw all kinds of stuff up all over the place. She's wild about it.
So that's her favorite holiday?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Not even close.
Tay's favorite holiday is Halloween, and I usually have to put up stuff in the yard, balloons, and
surprisingly, Ren doesn't want to decorate this year.
Yeah, somehow I have gotten out of that. Like I haven't said anything about it, and I don't plan on it. So there's nothing in like our neighbors have stuff up. They've had stuff up for like a week, and there's nothing in our yard, which is now I feel kind of bad. God, now I feel bad talking about it because it's your favorite holiday. I need to put the stuff up.
Yeah,
but do y'all have do y'all have like kids who in the apartment? Not in your apartment. Do you have kids?
They trick or treat in the building. Yeah,
you have kids that don't belong to you in your apartment. I need you to let us know.
Yeah.
In the building, you can sign up to participate, and they give you this thing to hang on your door. So the kids know.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
That's cool. I don't know if they'll do it this year, honestly. But.
Well, Corinne has watched Nightmare Before Christmas like 18 times. If that tells you what her favorite holiday is, well, I guess that would be either Halloween or Christmas. But
yeah, that doesn't help me. Which one?
Em has already watched Practical Magic once, at least once.
Which one is that?
That's
Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman.
There you go.
It's a good movie, but
I always get that and The Craft mixed up.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
There's another one she watches too. It's real popular.
Hocus Pocus?
Yeah.
Wait, Sandra, but you're thinking of 13 going on 30. I've seen that. Yeah.
That's Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, and I'm also not thinking of that.
You sure?
100%.
Yeah, you're talking to.
Okay. Hocus Pocus. I have seen Hocus Pocus. That's the one with the 3 witches, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Have you seen Hocus Poke Us? That's
the one I watch every Halloween.
I don't. So Ren's favorite holiday is Christmaween?
Halloween.
Okay.
Christmaween.
Christmaween. I went to school with a Christmaween.
I meant to like combine Christmas and Halloween, and Christmaween just doesn't sound good. I don't like saying that.
He was in Hocus Pocus, right?
Oh no. I don't know what my favorite holiday is. Maybe
I used to think mine was Christmas, but I don't know if that's the case anymore.
Same. I don't.
I want to say Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Jeez.
Number one, because the weather's perfect, and I'm at the age now where weather matters. I guess.
Yeah.
Food as well.
Yeah, and food.
The food is. I'm all. Yeah,
Good
I like
food.
the food.
Yeah. And just just hanging out and food is like those are my 2 things.
When you're 30, that's all you want to do.
Yeah, you just want to hang out and eat.
And eat. And get when you're mid 40s, you probably want to do the same thing, right, Gigs? Just hang out.
I'll let you know when I get there.
So is that like
in a couple of years?
Is that a consensus? Like favorite holidays, Thanksgiving?
We thought it was Christmas, but it's Thanksgiving.
I do like Thanksgiving a lot. I guess.
And I still like Christmas. It's just not.
I do too. It's just it doesn't feel.
I still love getting gifts. Don't get me wrong, but
No, it's not. It's not even that. It's well, there is a certain feeling you get as a child going through that experience.
Yeah, and that you can't recreate.
Can you
also you're off. You're out of school.
Yeah,
and all you have to do is wait until Christmas, and you
just wait.
Man, that energy, dude. That was so cool. Waiting on being younger and waiting on Christmas.
Yeah.
One year, I was living with my grandmother at the time, and
dude, Granny Gigs,
they set up Santa.
Bless up.
In the room, and I was young enough that I didn't understand, but all they had done was change the light bulb with a blue light. But I get up at 3 a.m. to go in there and check, see if Santa had come yet. And there's this room, bike and like a whole bunch of stuff this year, and a blue light, and I didn't understand the blue light, and I was like, "It's magic." It was so cool, man. And the cookies were on the table, and bites were taken out of them, and
dude, parents went out, dude.
Yeah,
they went out for Christmas, just a spread.
Yeah, and you can't recreate that kind of excitement about anything. Isn't that weird? It's a very unique excitement. I'm excited about things still sometimes, but it's not anything to that degree.
My grandmother used to put hay and tinsel in a bag and call it reindeer food, and we would get a ladder and put it on the house and sprinkle it on the roof so the reindeer could eat.
That's awesome.
It's real dumb. I hate that.
That means said eat it.
Did you ever disrespect Nanny ever again? Do you understand?
Did you say something like a bike? I don't know how this pertains to Christmas, but I didn't learn how to ride a bike till I was like 8 or 9 years old. Is that weird?
No, not really.
Okay,
that's reasonable.
That reminds me of when I think it was it Chris Rock or Chris Tucker talking about, and it was in a movie about he didn't learn to walk until he was like 3 or 4 because he was he grew up in like a bad neighborhood where they had to stay below the windows or something like that. Gosh. He said, "I didn't learn to walk till I was like 3 or 4." It's like, gosh.
I don't think I got like my first bike. I think my parents just forgot that was a thing until they're like,
I don't even think that's like, I don't even think that sounds weird.
I feel like I got made fun of though for not knowing how to ride a bike.
Well, people are shit. People make fun of people for everything.
I mean, you could not learn how to swim.
Yeah, I'm an excellent.
You go to a pool party when you're like 4 or not 4. That's stupid. That's a dumb age.
Does them pool parties when you were 4 was just a pop off, bruh.
Dude, hey, no lie. They the kiddie pools all around. You had sprinklers and water wiggles and shit.
Water balloons.
What is a water wiggle?
Some water balloons.
A water wiggle?
The water wiggle.
Okay, don't say
It's
it
got
like
the base.
what is a
It's got all the hoses and it flails around and sprays water everywhere. And you run and jump through it, bro.
I've never had a water
wiggle. Come on, Google it. You know what
bro,
it is.
I've never had.
You'll know it when you see it. I didn't have one either, but you bet your ass I was at some parties that had it.
We just had
Dude,
a slip and slide.
You ever watch Nickelodeon? They advertised it every 35 seconds.
All we had was the slip and slide with like rocks underneath.
Is that a feature?
No, you just set it up in the wrong spot.
Were you setting it up in the driveway or something? Jesus.
No. I think
Get out of the fucking gravel pits.
I think my aunt secretly hated me. Y'all go.
She's like, hey, it's set up. Come on, come play, little fucker.
Oh, okay. Maybe this thing looks like a
you know what that
like
is.
a wacky arm inflatable guy, but for
but with water coming out of it.
Yeah, okay. That's sure, I guess. I never had a water wiggle.
Yeah.
Did you get a water wiggle
I
for
didn't have one
Christmas?
either.
I'll tell you, dude. I've shot. This is the second.
Turn
time
this
shouting
on.
Play with it now.
This is the second time shouting out George in a podcast. My boy.
Oh my
You
gosh.
talking about getting gifts on Christmas? My boy got a water gun in December. Boy got a water gun for Christmas.
I remember, wasn't it for his birthday one year? He got like a bowling ball and 2 pins or something, and then like a right shoe.
Like, he got a bowling ball and some shoes,
Yeah,
which is that's kind of a dope present. But like,
yeah, I mean,
you
it's
get,
fine.
You like unwrap a gift and you get like coupons to TCBY or something like that.
Yeah, it'd be like
TCBY used to go hard, dude.
Like for Christmas, he would get like
That
fireworks.
really was the country's best yogurt, motherfucker.
Man, got some like bottle rockets for Christmas.
My man unwrapped a steno pad for Christmas one year.
My man.
My man.
Did you say TCBY?
Yeah.
Oh, the country's best. Okay.
They sold water wiggles.
TCBWW.
We had, what was the other one that tried to stick around for a little while but didn't make it? Candy Mountain? What was it?
No,
Yogurt Mountain.
A few.
Yogurt Mountain.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah,
and then there was YOLO.
Froyo. No, was it YOLO?
Frollo. No, it was YOLO.
Yofro.
Shit. I don't know.
No, that's a hair care store.
Yeah. YOLO? Was that that's just a saying, right?
It was by it was in between the shoe carnival and the GameStop.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
In Bartlett.
Okay, yeah. I thought that was the Yogurt Mountain, Charlie.
With the Wendy's across the train tracks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know why I didn't remember that YOLO was a thing.
I think Yogurt Mountain was in like Cordova.
Oh, the fancy part of town.
Yeah. We walked up in YOLO one time, and it you get what you get, and then they weigh it and then charge you based on
$17.
Mm-hmm.
There was an older man. There was a grandfather in there with his granddaughter, and he let her go through and get her little bowl of everything, and she was so happy. And then she got to the she like started filling up on like the toppings or whatever, and the guy goes, "Jesus, Carol, it's gonna be like $10."
Poor old man. He wasn't ready for that ice cream money.
He was like, that's my retirement.
He wasn't ready to remortgage the house.
Yeah.
That's my pension.
My pension. Have I told? I know that Vengeance, who almost doxed you real hard, dog.
All right.
Like I was gonna go full name and address.
Find me. Find.
What's the context?
I know Vengeance.
I could full name both of y'all. No one would ever find you.
P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Yeah. Vengeance knows this story. Jay, have I ever told you the story about my old 94 pickup truck? No, it was a 93.
I don't know.
Oh man, you were so stoked on that one, though.
So I used to be like into tuner cars, whatever. And I had a Nissan 240SX, and I sold it and to get a more reliable like adult car. So I found this 1993 baby or sky blue F-150 for $1,000. And I was like, I'm gonna buy it. This is my adult car. I'm gonna buy it.
He was so excited.
So I take the car on a test drive with the guy, and I think the only thing at the time was like the speedometer didn't work, and then the window was kind of funny, like it like stuttered a little bit when it rolled up and down. And I was like, that's fine, man. No big deal. I'll take it off your hands. That truck fell apart the moment he got out of it. I went to roll the window down, and it fell off the track. And I
just fell into the door.
I used to have to prop it up. So this is my routine. I would slide the window down with my hands and reach out and open the door because the inside door handle didn't work. So then I would close the door, pull the window back up, and shove more cardboard down in there to keep people from getting into it. And then on the highway, if I tried to go over like 55, it would just kick out. Like the transmission would just let loose, and it would wah! And I would slowly start dropping down to like 50, 45. So I had this POS, and I was like, dude, I've had this truck for like 3.5 years. I got to get rid of it. It had no AC. And my coworker at the time, when I worked in electric work, was like, dude, just wreck the sumbitch and have insurance pay for it. And I thought, this dude's a freaking genius. I'm just going to wreck my truck and get the insurance money for it. Like, that's so smart. Why didn't I think about that? So then on the way home, I was like, how do I do it though? I need a new vehicle. I can't deal with this. How do I wreck this enough where I don't get hurt, but that the truck is totaled so that insurance will pay me for it? So the whole way home, I'm like, no, nope. Like thinking if I just clip a pole just enough to total it, and then
it sounds like you could have kicked it hard enough to total it.
So I ended up not doing it, thinking, you know what, it's not worth it. It's not worth getting hurt. Turns out I didn't even have full coverage on the truck.
Oh my god.
So if I would have got the balls to total it, I would have called him like, hey, I need you guys to come handle this. Like, absolutely not. You're out of luck on that one. You're getting zero money from us.
Was that before or after the Mustang?
No, the Mustang was my first car. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
What'd you get after the truck?
So the Mustang I sold for my first
the 240, right?
Yeah. Then I sold that 240 for the truck. Then I got rid of the truck and got a no.
You got another 240 at one point.
When did I get the Jeep? I'm sorry. I sold the Mustang and got the Jeep. Then I got rid of the Jeep immediately and got the 240. Then I sold my 240, got the truck. Then I sold my truck and got another 240.
That was the one we drove to Alabama for, right?
No, the first one was the one we drove to Alabama for.
Oh God.
Jay, I drove 3.5 hours and brought this man with me to buy a 240. I go to test drive it. I end up buying the car. On the way back, he's like, dude, he was behind me. He said, dude, your car smells like shit.
I was following this man home, but the exhaust, I thought I was going to pass out from all the exhaust fumes.
He said, dude, your car smells like shit. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, when you took off in the when you took off in the test drive, I got covered in smoke. And it's been smoking the whole time. I was like, dude, why didn't you tell me before I bought the car? He was like, I don't know. I didn't think about it. I was gonna let you do your thing. This man let me buy this car smoking and then complained about it on the 3.5 hour drive home.
I was following the man. I was behind him.
Oh,
I should have shut off my vents.
He called me and said, hey man, your car smells like shit. It's like I just bought it. What are you talking about?
What was your worst car, Jay?
Worst, man, dude. There's a long
Did you
list.
go through a lot of them?
I spent a lot of years building character, driving some rough cars, man. The first car I ever bought on my own, my buddy sold me for $400.
Oh my God.
A Ford Festiva.
I don't even know what that is.
Google a Ford
I'm gonna
Festiva,
look it up for you.
and then imagine me at 6'5", cramming myself into a Ford Festiva, stick shift,
Okay. Is it like a Fiesta? Park?
like festival without an L.
Oh my god,
Yeah, little red Festiva.
that is
But
horrendous.
this was around the time where gas was getting crazy for the first time, when gas prices were spiking real bad, and it got 52 miles to the gallon.
I was about to say, I bet that thing rolled though on some gas.
Yeah, and it was surprisingly roomy. I fit in it pretty well,
Nice.
and learned a lot. I've learned a lot about cars over the years driving bad cars.
Yeah.
The first nice car I ever had was I think it was an 03 Civic. Little blue 2-door Honda Civic. And it was the first one that had like comfortable interior and
yeah.
Well, I'll say that's like the first nice newer car. I did have a 1990 Mitsubishi Eclipse, red with a black top, and I felt like a badass driving that thing
Paul
around.
Walker.
Boy, I went ham. That's the first car I ever had broken into though. Someone broken and stole. I had a real nice radio in it, and somebody broke
Bro,
and
that
stole
was
radio.
my first my first car was a Mustang, and it was actually really nice. It was 03, and this was probably 2009 when I had gotten it. And I had a super nice radio in that one, somebody broke in and stole it.
Yeah, it was a bummer. I had a remote control for it.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's dope, man.
Festiva.
That was a pretty slick ride. That's probably the coolest ride I've ever had. I think like nicest, newest was probably the Civic. But yeah, I mean, I've spent my whole life driving around in cars that I have to keep running, basically.
Yeah. The 93, I had that for like 3.5 years. I think I changed the oil once.
Oof.
It got to the point where I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna let it go. And that sucker did not give out. It kept going. He would not. I didn't even sell it. I had to scrap it. I sold it to the junkyard for like $450.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think the worst car I ever had was a 95 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It was four-wheel drive all the time. Couldn't change it. It burned oil from the day I got it to the day I wrecked it. I always had to keep like, what's the big jug? Is it 3 quarts of
5
oil
quarts.
or is it 5 quarts? I had to keep a 5 quart of oil in the car, just waiting for the day that it just drank all of it.
I remember
I just refilled it. I didn't get oil changes. I got oil refills.
I remember the ball joints on that thing were like,
dude. I think I could turn the steering wheel a full quarter turn and it would not move. I could do this and there was no movement at all.
Yeah.
The day I got it, I found out that the fuel gauge didn't fully work. And it stopped at a quarter tank. So I was on my way to Taylor's parents' house at the time, I guess, to like hang out. And I ran out of gas, but I thought my car just broke down. I was like, this son of a bitch just broke down on me. I haven't even had it a week. And I was like looking at like the radiator and like a bunch of hoses and shit like that.
We pushed it to the house.
We pushed it. And all I had to do was just fill it with gas, and I just crank right up. And I was like, I think it was Josh that was like, is it out of gas? And I said, what? No, it's at a quarter tank. He was like, put some gas in it. So I put some gas in it and it cranked right up. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Dude,
I found out that it didn't work before the dude didn't even tell me when I bought it. And some crackhead on Poplar and Tillman
I forgot about that.
Totaled it. I paid $2,800 for that car. They gave me $5,500 for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Freaking steal.
You're talking about it running out of gas. It reminded me, my brother used to have a truck and it had 2 gas tanks. So when one got low, you flip a switch.
Yep.
And I forgot that one time, and I broke down in the intersection of Poplar and Highland.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh!
In the middle of it, and it stopped going, and I was like, could not figure out what was wrong. I was getting out looking at the engine and doing all kinds in the middle of this intersection.
Oh my gosh.
And then finally I like glanced at the switch and I was like, oh, please don't let this be what's wrong with this truck. And I flipped the switch and it started right up.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I'd already made phone calls and I was telling my brother and he was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what you did to it, but it should be fine. I saw the switch and like, no, I'll call you back.
I've never run out of gas. Like I've never driven a vehicle and had to like hope someone.
I've cut it close a couple of times, but I think there's only that one time that I'm just.
Yeah, I never have either. That's I mean, that's the only time I've done it, but we had another full tank.
Yeah,
right. I just forgot it was there.
Another whole ass tank of gas.
I've had some weird breakdowns. I mean, because I am a like self-taught YouTube mechanic. Like,
yeah, same.
I fully taught myself how to, and then I actually did it like as a career. I was a mechanic for like a couple months, but
I've done some stuff to a car I definitely shouldn't have.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That I just figured out.
Vengeance and I spent. What was it?
It took 8 hours. It took 8 hours for Achro to change my alternator in my Nissan Pathfinder because everything was so close together in close quarters.
Well, yeah, joke's on me. I didn't know that. Most alternators are just like on the top where you can access them. Like I changed the alternator in my Mustang. It took me 6 minutes.
He was like, "Yeah, I'll do it. Whatever, easy, no problem."
It was like shoved up under the entire.
It was a lot of this motion, a lot of this, a lot of this position.
Yeah, but well, heck, I don't even know where I was going with that.
YouTube mechanic?
Yeah, but...
you had some weird breakdowns?
Oh, yeah. So one time, we were driving... Taylor also had a Mustang when we first got together. And we were driving her Mustang, and in the middle of a storm, it just stopped. Like, stopped right in the turning lane.
Remember that.
So I had it towed to, like, O'Reilly's or AutoZone or something. And they tested, like, oh, the battery died. I was like, well, shoot, I can do that. It's a quick fix. So they bring the battery out. Or I brought it out. I bought the battery and I bring it to the car and it's pouring down rain. And I pull out the old battery and I put the new one in and I hook it up and it goes. And I thought, well, that's kind of normal. You know, sometimes they spark when you're hooking the connectors up. So I'm just so distracted by the rain. Like I'm trying to hurry up. I'm getting soaked. And I start turning it, and she cranks the car up, and just smoke starts bellowing out from under the hood. And I'm like, what did I do? So I run out there, and I look, and I was like, I reversed the poles. Like, I put it in backwards. I put the positive on the negative, and the negative on the positive. So I swap it out real quick. She cranks it up, and we start driving. And the mother effer dies again in the middle of the storm because I fried the alternator.
Damn.
Yeah, that was one of the dumbest, like,
it's one of
my own fault breakdowns. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason that I got giggly when you said O'Reilly's, you know the commercial, right?
Yeah.
The song.
Oh, you're right. So I'm a big singer. When I'm driving, I'm singing along with everything. So I got a few of these stories, but particularly with the O'Reilly's commercial, you know, the auto parts. Ow!
Yeah.
That part, I have scared the life out of so many people in my car, like walking into stores or stopped at a red light and that commercial be on. And, like I'll be at a red light next to someone with their windows will be down and I'll have that on. Auto parts. Specific, there was this old guy walking into a store one time, like off the road, right? Walking into a store, and I was like slowing down in a red light. And I hit that dude.
Threw his milk.
He almost fell. He jumped so hard. He was walking in. Oh man, dude, I almost couldn't drive home. It's so stupid, but people at red lights just chilling. People are weird at red lights anyway, you know, they're just chilling.
Yeah, picking their nose.
So every time I hear O'Reilly's, I think of all the people I've scared the shit out of.
Vengeance, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why? Oh God.
You were just looking, you were like really like close to your mic and looking intently.
No, I'm focused.
The my balls.
That's a problem.
All right, well,
All right.
same old stuff. Catch me on that Twitch and on that YouTube.
Again.
Twitch twitch.tv/achromatic_x. We're doing it live like every day of the week, boys. Except Saturday and Sunday.
And Friday.
As you can see, I'm in a different setup. I want to send y'all a picture of what I've got going on right now, but it's an interesting little setup. My PC is getting repaired as we speak. Hopefully it'll be back.
I kind of like this better, oddly enough.
That's what I told I put it in, I think it was Achro stream today. I kind of like this setup a little bit better.
Yeah, it looks good.
Just with the lighting and everything, but twitch.tv/IM_capital vengeance. Doesn't matter. The word vengeance is capitalized. Doesn't matter. But
the word capital is not.
Yeah, capital.
The word capital does not exist within that URL. Once we get back, we're doing it big. We're doing it big. I got some emotes like being revised for the 4th time. And hopefully we'll get those working. Hi. Y'all, look, I almost want to keep that one just for the memes.
Yeah.
But once we get back into it, we're gonna do it big. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
It's like so big. Oh,
it's orange.
Yeah, why does your tongue look like that? Okay.
Y'all keep it cheesy.
We're gonna cut
I
that
pour a
out.
little acid in my beverages.